Freaking finally, Levi Ackerman versus Kenny. So what's up guys, Foxen here. How freaking awesome was that whole 3D gear Levi scene? Talk about god tier animation right there. And perhaps instead of Levi versus Kenny, I should have said Levi Ackerman slaughtering Kenny's squad. These guys got the upgraded 3D maneuver gear and guns, but even then these guys are just like flies compared to Titans and Titan shifters. Really quickly, let me mention a couple of things. First off, I did decide to keep these reviews spoiler free. And by the way, do check out my breakdown for episode 1 for season 3. Right there I covered all the minor and major changes. First thing up, I do have to talk about the new Attack on Titan season 3 ending. So, Linked Horizon came back. The actual new Linked Horizon song starts off sounding like the opening a little bit, just being very calm. And then it goes into full Attack on Titan opening territory. Overall, this whole situation is pretty interesting. People are already saying that they could have swapped the ending and opening, which was expected. As for her story in this ending, this was extremely focused on her and a little bit about Frida. So here's a little bit of a prediction from me. I think the ending for the next arc will actually be closer to the season 2 one, which would be more in line with the Beast Titan arc. Anyway, definitely let me know what you think about this ending. What do you think about the song and the visuals? Is it too Historia focused? Which is a piece of Historia's backstory. By the way, I did already do a full breakdown for the new opening. Does anyone want to see one for this new ending? There's a lot less here, so maybe that could be quicker. Let me know if you want to see that. As for the whole episode this week, so you got Levi versus Kenny's squad. Or rather, Levi slaughtering a bunch of poor mofos. For anime only people, it's finally confirmed that Levi is an Ackerman. Levi Ackerman. So it looks like Mikasa and Levi are related. Time for these two to catch up. But of course, more importantly is Levi's connection to Kenny Ackerman. Kenny Ackerman's full name got revealed in the season 3 trailer and a bunch of season 3 promotion. They've been totally out in the open about this. Which at this point from episode 1 is not really surprising, since Levi did mention he was brought up by Uncle Kenny. So talk about having family issues. Next up, something from Hanji's report, which is the whole reason of why they actually want Eren. Hanji reveals to Erwin that they want to have Eren for lunch. A lot of people seem to want a taste of Eren. Is this boy that delicious? And then the third huge reveal. It turns out that Historia's family, the Reyes family, is the real true royal family. I think this is the first time you're finding this out in the anime. Anyway, as for some notable scenes in this episode. First off, we do have to go into Levi versus Kenny. I mean, before they even get to the bar, that whole 3D maneuver gear in the air. Notably, they made some of the manga stuff even clearer in the anime. One example is just Kenny surviving that gunshot blast to the chest from Levi. So oh no, Levi killed Kenny. Right now I'm really just curious how anime only people feel about Kenny. How are you gonna feel when everything's fully revealed about Kenny? As for Armin's first kill, unfortunately Horseboy just had to hesitate. Come on man. Cause of this you have poor Armin, which of course happened to be his first kill too. I could just imagine this haunting Armin for ages and ages. You saw how traumatized he was. The poor boy couldn't stop throwing up. Next up, I do have to mention the Eren and Historia scene. So what was that with them getting knocked out with some special sleeper shots? When and where the hell did they get this? Can we talk about how freaking accurate this guy's aim was? Super on point. Maybe that guy should have been fighting Levi. They could have made this whole battle scene more impressive if Levi was half asleep and he took all these guys out. And speaking about Levi, we already got a flashback of half-dead Levi and a younger Kenny here. Oh yes, a full flashback is coming, and I definitely can't wait to see this animated. Levi is supposed to be a highlight of this whole season, and they've already teased you with this and the shot of Kid Levi from the opening. That episode by itself should be very similar to some of the stuff from the No Regret series. Next up, once again Eren got kidnapped again. At this point, it's almost like Eren is competing with Princess Peach for the top kidnappings in history. If you think about it, Eren even has a special M person that's coming to rescue him. As for the aftermath of this whole thing, so already a huge change right here, these guys didn't even go all out into a forest nearby. The Survey Corps just retreated to some nearby rundown warehouse. As for some actual major change, no Levi abs. I actually joked about them cutting this from season 3, but it actually happened. Next up, Hanji's torture scene. It finally happened in this episode. And let me talk about Sanis. This episode, you got to see what he did throughout the history. Notably, when he was just getting into it, he looked pretty shocked. You could really tell from the shot where he was torturing Erwin's father. And perhaps he even killed him too. Then by the time where he got to Historia's mother's scene, Sanus had gotten fully adjusted to doing all this crap. At this point, he even felt fully justified doing it. This Sanus guy really believed that all that torturing and murdering he had done throughout the decades was for the good of humanity. It's almost kind of sad. That being said, I gotta love how easily Hanji tricked him into revealing everything. By the way, do notice one interesting reveal from Sanus here. Sanus was one of the guys that was involved with killing Armin's parents. In one of the flashbacks, you saw this balloon couple that was also shown in the manga here. These two being Armin's parents was the popular fan theory for quite a while. It actually wasn't too long ago that this was later confirmed by Isayama himself. As for the ending, you have Kenny the Ripper returning. Looks like this whole scene didn't take place in the forest. And unfortunately, it seems like anyone getting involved with the Survey Corps is getting taken out. So episode 2 of Attack on Titan season 3 seemed a lot different compared to episode 1. The pacing was totally different. In episode 1, they sped through 7 chapters. Of course, skipping or cutting some stuff. This episode, however, was totally different. They covered maybe about 1 chapter or so, plus some other Reed's boss stuff, which I think the following episodes are going to be more in line with episode 2. It's actually interesting how I made a video a couple of months ago about possible things that would be censored or cut in season 3. There, I was partly joking about Levi's abs being cut, but now that happened. I actually don't think you'll notice too much if you're anime only. However, this episode there's already been a few minor and major details cut. Will all of this possible censor stuff be back for the Blu-ray? Who knows at this point. Seeing how things are going right now, I will be super surprised if the SM makes it into this arc. But anyway, more important, let me hear from you now. Question of the day. How frigging awesome was that scene between Levi, Kenny, and his squad? Do you think they'll be able to keep up this high quality animation? Oh, anyway, definitely give us a colossal thumbs up and subscribe. If you're new here, I put out 5+ anime videos here every week. That includes a ton of Attack on Titan videos. Definitely check out my in-depth video for episode 1 covering all the changes. I'm thinking about doing one for episode 2 pretty soon. So definitely check that bell icon and I'll see you guys later.